Hello and welcome to Sbu TV. I'm Liz Witter.
And I'm Erin Lowry. First, let's send it over to Kevin Clark in the newsroom.
Thanks, Erin. Sbu TV has worked diligently to bring you the most up-to-date stories from the St. Bonaventure and surrounding communities. Now let's take a look back at the 10 biggest stories from this past semester. At number 10, Mount Irenaeus celebrated its 25th anniversary this past fall. Over the past 25 years, students have visited the mountain for reconciliation and prayer. For our 9th biggest story of the semester, we featured the retirement of 2 of the longest tenured deans at St. Bonaventure. Lee Coppola, the Dean of Journalism and Mass Communications, announced his plans to retire in January. And the Dean of Business, Dr. John Watson, announced his plans to retire this fall. Former St. Bonaventure student William Markey, returning to court multiple times for his charge of rape after an incident in Devereux Hall in February, is our 8th biggest story of the semester. And this story isn't over, as he is due back in court December 21st. At number 7, St. Bonaventure graduate Carl Palladino stunned New Yorkers by winning the Republican nomination in the gubernatorial primary. The 6th biggest story of the semester made national headlines. Sbu TV brought you the dangers, effects, and recent New York State ban of the alcoholic energy drink Four Loko, which is 23 ounces and contains 12% alcohol. At number 5, the Domino's across the street was knocked down, and plans for the old castle property to become Bonaventure Square is officially underway. Sadly, our 4th biggest story of the semester remembers the life of former St. Bonaventure student Army Specialist Blake Whipple, who was killed in the line of duty in Afghanistan. December met most of Cattaraugus County with flood problems from the Allegheny River, and the campus of St. Bonaventure saw their soccer and baseball fields completely underwater for our 3rd biggest story of the semester. At number 2, after an early morning dispute, 6 local residents threw a Molotov cocktail in an off-campus apartment rented by St. Bonaventure students. And our top story of the semester. 88.3 The Buzz was the #1 college radio station in the nation in 2008. And in October, The Buzz received a cease and desist order from the FCC. They were off the air for 12 days and returned under a special temporary authority license. And that's it for the look at the 10 biggest stories of the semester. Back to you, Erin.
Thanks, Kevin. Our number 6 story about Four Loko is still in the news. Because of the high alcohol and caffeine content in the drink, New York became the 5th state to ban the product. Fusion Projects, the company that makes Four Loko, stopped shipping the product to New York distributors in the middle of last month. The State Liquor Authority gave those distributors until today, December 10th, to sell Four Loko to consumers. Officials at Fusion Projects say they will remove the caffeine and lower the alcohol content in their product so they can put it back on the market. Experts say drinking Four Loko is equivalent to drinking 5 beers and 2 cups of coffee.
Alcohol isn't the only drug bringing dangers to college campuses. There's no magic way to be a successful college student, yet too many try to find just that sort of miracle. Brittany Whalley reports on an exam week staple.
College is a place where teenagers turn into adults. These individuals have many responsibilities to obtain during their so-called glory days, whether their goal is to have an awesome social life, be involved in plenty of activities, or do outstanding in their schoolwork. To achieve any of these ambitions, there's one little pill that can be found on any campus that students turn to during stressful times.
This so-called miracle drug is known as Adderall.
First of all, no one should ever use a prescription medication that is not prescribed for them, especially in this circumstance because there is a different brain chemistry. You're going to have a different reaction than someone who does have a diagnosis of ADD.
Instead of calming one down, it will cause the user to receive an instant amount of energy. Adderall contains amphetamines, which increase stamina and causes users to stay up into the late morning hours and perhaps not be able to sleep at all.
Some of the side effects of Adderall are loss of appetite, sleep deprivation, increased metabolism, the jitters, anxiety.
Adderall has been referred to as a weaker version of cocaine, both causing an increase in energy and heart rate and a decrease in appetite.
What colleges and universities can do is make students aware of the dangers that come along with Adderall. If students put enough time and effort into paying attention in class, eating right, and getting enough sleep, then there is no need to turn to this drug. I'm Brittany Whalley, and this is Sbu TV.
Thanks, Brittany. Finals at St. Bonaventure begin on December 13th. The weather outside is frightful, and the fire, or heater, is so delightful. But how much does the university pay for heat, and how does heating work on campus? Winter is here, and those falling temperatures mean cranking up the heat inside. Heating the university costs $750,000, according to maintenance official Phil Winger. He says the type of heating differs depending on the campus building. For instance, townhouses are controlled individually with a thermostat, and residence halls like Robinson have a steam heating system. Winger says the steam heating system is actually quite economical.
Steam goes by itself. It doesn't need pumps to circulate it. So the fact that our heat sometimes is a little too warm is not as bad as it seems, because in an overall standpoint, our heating system is really fairly economical.
Winger says the university is actually under budget this year for heating because November was unseasonably warm.
Up next, WSBU The Buzz is under new leadership, and we'll show you how some holiday shoppers are avoiding busy stores and long lines.
Daddy, why is the sky blue?
Well, to match your pretty eyes.
Nope, not even close. See, all colors have wavelengths that are diffused by oxygen and nitrogen. Since blue is the shortest wavelength, it's diffused up to 10 times more.
Who taught you that?
Mommy?
By age 12, too many girls lose interest in math and science and their chance at future jobs. Keep her interest alive.
Know why mathematics is the basis of life as we know it?
You tell me.
It's her future. Do the math.
A report about the Buzz being forced off air this fall made our #1 top story of the semester. Since then, there's been a leadership change. Shannon Shepard reports.
Don't touch that dial. St. Bonaventure's college radio station, 88.3 The Buzz, is tuning in to new management. Kyle Zappia has been elected the new station manager for the 2011 calendar year, and he has plans for productive semesters.
One thing we're hoping to do is get some new equipment. Some of it's a little outdated, so it makes doing some of our activities up here at the Buzz a bit of a challenge.
Zappia isn't the only new addition to WSBU's board of directors.
We have some new positions open for next semester with some of our older board members leaving. Interviews took place last week, and I've been collecting my thoughts. We have a lot of good candidates, and announcements will be made after finals week.
2010 station manager Zach Witzel thinks the new board will be fine under Zappia's leadership.
I have a lot of confidence in Kyle. He's shown a lot of commitment to the station.
Witzel believes that Zappia possesses all the right skills to be a successful station manager.
Someone who's committed, someone who's willing to be up here at all hours of the day, night, weekend, someone who's, I guess, personable is the word I want to use, someone who can provide like a good face for the station, who's not going to rub people the wrong way.
For Sbu TV, I'm Shannon Shepard.
The station's biggest project in early 2011 will be promoting concerts at the university's spring weekend.
'Tis the season to get into the giving spirit. Recently, a familiar sight and sound has returned to Olean.
The bell ringing program has gone on as long as the Salvation Army's been around. They started off with a big kettle in San Francisco. I would say at least 100 years.
This year, bell ringers will be working from November 11th through December 24th, with volunteers filling slots from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, which means a lot of donated time.
We probably get through a season with almost 900 volunteer hours. So people are extremely important to the Salvation Army, and the hardest kettle to fill with volunteers seems to be the Walmart and Kmart because they're outside.
If volunteering outside doesn't appeal to you, then you can always help the Salvation Army raise money right from your own home.
The virtual kettle is new, and it's kind of fun between family members or even organization businesses to have a competition internally. It's very user-friendly to go online to the Salvation Army Red Kettle effort and set up your own kettle and invite your friends to donate to your kettle or to challenge them. They pay with a credit card, and the credit card goes directly to the Olean Corps if that's the kettle you've designated and set up.
One former bell ringer understands the importance of getting into the giving spirit.
It's a very important part of community that people, I think, they're so consumed in what they're doing for the holidays, they kind of forget about other people. So I think it's important to give back, no matter where you are, how old you are. It's always important to do things for the community.
And when you give to the Salvation Army, all the proceeds go towards local efforts in the community.
It first goes to our Christmas kettle effort, providing food and toys for this year. Right now we're at about 480 individuals, 300 of them being children. And what proceeds are left over goes in providing heat assistance, rental assistance, food pantry, all the services that we provide, including emergency disaster service. If you can give, we truly appreciate it, as well as your friends and family in this community. So thank you. Merry Christmas.
For Sbu TV, I'm Erin Lowry. If you are interested in being a bell ringer, call the Salvation Army at 716-372-6740. They're synonymous with this time of year, bell ringers and Red Salvation Army kettles. The kettles bring in about $200 on a typical day. But after counting Friday's donation totals, the day ended up being anything but typical. CNN's Narissa Knight has more.
Salvation Army bell ringer Tim Tidwell knew right away this was no ordinary donation.
It was a pretty thick envelope. I knew it was something special, but I didn't know what.
But no one could have imagined how special.
It's kind of heavy. It was a thank you note, and so I said to myself, you know, this is probably someone that's been helped by the Salvation Army in the past. They want to return the favor. I was expecting maybe a handful of quarters.
Until they saw what was inside the envelope.
Very, very excited about what we had found.
What they found was a South African Krugerrand. Its estimated value, somewhere between $1,300 and $1,500.
I was shocked. This is what it was. I couldn't really believe it.
But this isn't the first time the Salvation Army has seen this type of donation.
I've heard, you know, around the United States that typically gold coins will appear in kettles really throughout the country. It's always a different place. We don't really know who the donor is or what their motivation is for being so generous. And I don't know if this is part of that legend, or it could entirely just be out of the goodness of someone's heart that wanted to make a nice donation to the Salvation Army.
No matter the motivation, one thing's for sure, this donation is worth much more than its weight in gold.
The donor of the gold coin wishes to remain anonymous. She left just her initials in a letter included with the coin. In the letter, the donor says all she wanted in return was to find out the Salvation Army received the coin like she planned. Christmas music surrounds us at this time of year. St. Bonaventure musical groups join together for a multi-voiced holiday show. Megan Annis reports.
Bonaventure's annual Christmas show was so big this year, they were asked to perform Tuesday and Wednesday night.
The hip-hop team always puts a good show on, so I'm pretty excited for that too. Bonacoustics, all good.
This year's show included the hip-hop team, Bonacoustics, and the debut of Bonaventure's very own Glee Club.
Our costumes for the Christmas show costed about $1,000, which we used from the money we made from the Halloween show. So we're hoping to make that money back if it gets sold out.
I thought the Christmas extravaganza was extremely entertaining this year. And I really thought that the fact that they incorporated the Glee Club this year made it, or added like a whole new spark to the show.
On top of studying for finals, each club practiced 5 or 6 times a week to get the moves down pat.
Is coming to town.
For Sbu TV, I'm Megan Annis.
They may not be the Rockettes, but the hip-hop dance team just did a pretty good impression.
The internet makes it easier to stay in touch, and now, more than ever, people are turning to it to finish their holiday shopping. Lauren Adams reports.
Checkout lines are a common scene around the holiday season, but there is a way that can be avoided: online shopping.
I find it's easier to shop online because whenever I go into a store, all the sizes that I want or need are not there.
According to 2010 statistics, over 75% of holiday shoppers now do at least part of their gift buying online.
I'd rather just sit at home and get on my computer and shop that way.
Mostly I shop online because it's more convenient.
Online shopping also has a lot more selection than just going in the stores.
The internet now has its own special sale day that rivals Black Friday. It takes place the Monday after Thanksgiving and is referred to as Cyber Monday.
People are more on the go. They want to do things quicker. Black Friday, I know it's still popular, but it's sort of becoming obsolete. People can buy things and get them at these great deals online. They don't have to go to the store and deal with lines, things like that.
While online shoppers can avoid going out in weather like this, making purchases over the internet can sometimes have its downsides.
Sometimes when you buy stuff online, they have sort of a tricky return policy. You can't always return items, or if something's on sale, you can't return it.
When I do go to like a new online store or whatever, I do have to order a couple things to make sure that they fit right.
Monahan also thinks expanding the amount of online retailers would do more to improve America's current economic state.
I do think online shopping is very beneficial for consumers, and more companies should look into expanding their e-commerce and offer more products and services online. I think it's definitely helping the American economy.
For SBU TV, I'm Lauren Adams.
If you missed Cyber Monday, don't worry. Most of the deals are valid through Christmas Eve. You can find them just about anywhere, from retailers to convenience stores and even Facebook, and that's why gift cards are very hot gift items. New rules that went into effect earlier this year have made them easier to give and to receive this holiday season. CNN's Karen Kaifa explains in today's Consumer Watch.
One size fits all. Gift cards are one of the easiest and most popular ways to give during the holiday season. But in previous years, consumers lost billions of dollars in expired gift cards or inactivity fees simply because they were unaware of rules and restrictions. So credit card protections that went into law earlier this year also added protections for gift cards. According to those rules, gift cards can expire for at least 5 years from the date of purchase or from the last time money was added to the card. If you don't use the card right away, inactivity fees that take a bite out of a balance can't kick in for at least 1 year. And gift cards need to come with a clear disclosure of expiration dates and an explanation of any fees. If you receive a gift card this holiday season, take note of the issuer's terms and read the fine print. Use it as soon as possible so you don't lose it or forget about it. And treat it just like you would treat the cash in your wallet. Some issuers won't replace lost or stolen cards. Others will, for a fee. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Coming up in sports, the men's basketball team goes down to the wire.
The women's basketball team is now 6-3, and Tuesday night, the whole team saw minutes on the floor. The women's basketball team defeated Little 3 rival Canisius at home Tuesday evening, 74-71. It was the largest winning margin for the Bonnies in series history. The run started late in the first half when junior Megan Van Tatenhope knocked down these 2 free throws to give the Bonnies a 19-16 lead. From there, the home team rattled off 8 more points. Here's one of Kara Gustafson's 3 three-pointers. Then with 5 minutes left in the first half, a Canisius bucket made it 27-18. The Bonnies responded with 5 straight points. Right here, sophomore guard Elena Walker's layup is good. Head coach Jim Crowley used his whole bench for the first time this season. Freshman Ashley Zahn played her first collegiate minutes, scoring 8 points in 5 minutes. She had 2 threes and converted both foul shots. The Bonnies are on the road tonight. They play the University of Buffalo at 7 p.m.
The men's basketball team earned a thrilling last-minute 67-66 upset win at St. John's December 7th, but it wasn't the only heroics displayed by the Bonnies for the week. Clutch shooting and an outpouring of support from the student body helped to re-energize the Riley Center when St. Bonaventure hosted the University at Buffalo. Tony Jones reports.
Back outside, Adeboye for three.
Guard Ogo Adeboye had the best game of his St. Bonaventure career, connecting on 7 three-point attempts on his way to a team-high 24 points.
To Adeboye in the corner, got it! His fifth three-pointer of the first
Despite being down by 19 points in the second half, Buffalo guard Byron Mulkey and the Bulls battled back to tie the game at 74. For all his scoring prowess that night, Adeboye added 10 assists, including the dagger from Andrew Nicholson. A missed shot at the other end sealed a Bonnies win and ushered in
Fandemonium.
In one of its most dramatic victories since NCAA sanctions rocked the university, and St. Bonaventure emerged with a 76-74 victory December 4th.
We held it and we ran a little play for Andrew with a down screen, and he's a great player, and good players make good plays at the end, and thank God he hit the shot.
Buffalo showed a large amount of courage to make it a game late, but SBU student Brian Michelle said that the way the game ended is what made the win so memorable.
If we had beaten them by 18 points, I don't think everyone would have done that, but again, with just with how the game ended, whether the team's ranked or not, it's kind of hard not to get caught up in the moment and want to celebrate with the team.
Somewhat lost in the excitement and celebration over Nicholson's game-winning shot was the performance of Adeboye, who took home Atlantic 10 Conference Player of the Week honors. Coach Schmidt was full of praise for his senior captain following the game.
He shot the heck out of the ball, just excited. He played terrific, and we need that.
A picture of his celebration with the team in Sunday's Buffalo News made for a poignant moment with Michelle and his father, a reporter at the newspaper.
He got a big kick out of it. He sent it around all of his buddies in the newsroom, and I started getting emails pouring in yesterday morning over how I'm famous now.
And here's the last chance shot by Byron Mulkey.
For Sbu TV, I'm Tony Jones.
The Bonnies return to action at home Saturday afternoon against Big Four rival, the Niagara Purple Eagles. Sbu TV loses one of its own this week. Liz Witter is leaving the Coop Lab and heading into the professional world. Christy Andrzejewski has more.
I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased she's graduating early.
While the rest of Sbu TV's seniors plan to graduate in May, classmate Liz Witter will make this week her last at Bonaventure. Liz joined Sbu TV last spring. To some here, she's been a good source of fashion advice.
We always talked about the latest sales that were going on at Old Navy and the different things that we got, and by my suggestion, she probably went to Old Navy like 10 different times, and by her suggestion, I probably went like 10 different times.
To others, she's been a bit of an obstacle.
My challenge was to get Liz to laugh. I finally got her to laugh, and I had to act like a damn fool to do it.
We've seen her serious side with stories on parking and security, and her creative side with a story on Halloween candy. Taking on the responsibility of producer the first week of the semester, Liz was in charge of making the Sbu TV intro, something one specific classmate didn't necessarily approve of.
And she made our opening. She made our opening, which looks really good. Except I'm last in that. I really don't appreciate that.
The thing about that is Kevin needs to understand that it's not Liz's fault that he's last. We all took a vote and decided that we all like Kevin the least, so that's why he had to be last in the intro. Sorry, Kevin.
Despite some newsroom controversy, Liz is known to lend a helping hand to her fellow classmates.
Our avids are next to each other, so we get to talk about our stories and help each other with our stories, and most of the time it's her helping me because she helps me with the effects I don't understand and all of that stuff in Avid.
My first time producing, I didn't know at all what to do, and she made me a huge checklist that she emailed me, so I had a rundown of exactly what I needed to do for producing.
This computer is where Liz has done all of her work this semester for the newscast, and her leaving has made it a hot commodity in the newsroom.
Oh, Liz's Avid. I need it because, frankly, mine's not working very well, and I think I get first dibs.
Though some of us are excited to use her Avid, we wish it wouldn't go unoccupied to begin with.
Oh, I wish it would stay.
You're losing one of the core group, and it's gonna be tough to replace.
I think I'm going to miss her a lot around here, not just as a student, but it's a challenge to my sense of humor, I keep trying to say.
But we know what she's learned at Sbu Tv has prepared her for the next step.
I think it'll be best for her. I think she's ready to get out there in the professional world.
That's all for Liz for Sbu TV. For the rest of us here in the Coop Lab, we wish her the best of luck.
Something that could have helped Tyler before his death.
Upon graduation, Liz will be looking for jobs in the broadcast reporting field. That's all for this semester on Sbu TV. I'm Erin Lowry.
And I'm Liz Witter. For the rest of us in the Coop Lab, thanks for watching and happy holidays.